Mga,
It's a
if
very
for
good one.
example may BPO company na nakikinig ngayon, how much should they give their employees etong hazard pay na ito?
Si Donji.
Baka marami, baka maraming
Ano?
agent ko mangingi ng hazard pay bigla.
There are a lot of people who are getting promoted but not really equipped to be leaders. They just got promoted because they are good in NPS, they're good in their metrics, but in terms of their competency in their leadership competencies, they're not there yet.
Filipinos are great imitators talaga. I
Yes,
must say
oo.
that I think that's one of the top strengths that we have. Kasi kahit saang geo tayo ilagay na program, just give us a week or two, we talk like Australian, we talk like American.
The BPO Break Room Podcast. Welcome back to another episode.
Hello, everyone. To those who are watching and listening to us right now, if you haven't yet subscribed on our channel and give us a like, aside from Spotify and YouTube, we are now on Amazon Music and Apple Podcast at the BPO Break Room Podcast.
Well, Kay, this episode is called the Break Room Top 10. But since we have a very special guest today, we actually gathered the juiciest and the most controversial topic, the top brutal misconception in the BPO industry.
The BPO Podcast.
Correct. And we're diving into a topic that's close to the hearts of many BPO workers. Kaya nga naman, brutal misconceptions kung tawagin nila. And alam mo na, mga chismis at stereotypes, kaway-kaway nga pala sa mga marites natin dyan, no? Na naririnig natin. But are they true?
Yung tipong ano, madali lang yung trabaho nyo or nakaupo ka lang naman all day or di naman kayo totoong professionals. At marami pang iba. Ang tanong, totoo nga ba ito or sadyang misconceptions lang? Okay, umamin ka na.
Bumalik ko sa kanilang aga-aga, ha? Hindi. Walang keme. Pero alam mo, ang alam ko dyan, ha? Tulog ako nung nangyari yan. And you know what? The very good thing about tonight is that to make this episode more insightful and more fun, we have a very special guest. Drum roll, please. He is known for his funny sketches and shorts on TikTok about real life BPO scenarios, a distinguished operations leader, and host of In Touch Year End Party for 3 years in a row. Ayan, napaka-busy ni Donji TV, no?
Correct.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to the BPO Break Room Podcast, Don G.
Thanks for having me, J and K.
And thank you for taking time for us, no? Napaka-thankful kami and really, really honored to be with you tonight.
Wow, first honor.
First honor. Valedictorian po.
Mhm.
Thank
Kamusta ang
you.
buhay-buhay natin dyan, Don G?
Well, happy naman. Super happy. Wow,
And
showbiz.
mhm. And we heard you had your company's kickoff party last weekend. How was it?
It was fun and sobrang hangover. No, I'm kidding.
Did you host it again?
Sorry, what?
Did you host the party again
No.
this year?
Actually, yung kickoff namin, it was kind of like a combination of course, bonding, team building. Pero we focus on the TLs. So
Mm.
we guested a couple of speakers from workforce, from
Mm.
learning and development, from HR. Syempre, parang naging summit siya. Ayan,
Correct.
for yon. So
Okay, that's really
it's a
cool.
fruitful event. Well,
Nice, nice. Okay.
yeah.
The reason I asked is because I've also been your follower for a short while now, no? And I noticed that, and I saw in one of your posts that 3 years in a row ka na raw host ng kick-off party ng InTouch. Bakit ikaw?
Yes. Well, siguro dahil sa energy ko. But yeah, I am so honored. Wow, first honor din ako um, to host our year-end celebrations for 3 years now. And sobrang thankful din ako sa InTouch for trusting me to boost yung crowd every year. So yeah.
Nice. I also love your dresses and your outfit during your kickoff party. And I will flash them on the screen right now, guys. So look out
Oh
for that.
no!
Oh no! Parang mali ata
Majorette ako,
decision.
majorette ako ng 2024.
Oo, correct. Oo, nakita ko nga. Oh. Hindi ako lang sabi ko naka-lit ng skirt nito. Well, before we dive into the topic today, Donji and Kay, no? Let's get to know Donji a little better muna. Donji, can you
Yes.
tell us something about yourself na hindi pa siguro alam ng mga tao? Like, ilang kapatid ang meron ka, ilang wisdom tooth na ang natanggal sa'yo, mga ganun information, hindi ba?
Well, of course, my name is Don G. And actually, G means Gilbert. So that's my real name, Don Gilbert. Yes. So tinago na lang natin siya sa pangalang G. But
Gee.
yeah, I am the youngest. Tatlo kaming magkakapatid. Tres Marias, all girls.
Ah.
And to those people who don't know, medyo matagal na tayo sa industriya since 2005. So, oh my God, this year is my second decade in the
Decade
industry.
na,
Wow.
oo.
Wow! Ayan,
Wow.
so sa mga pinanganak ng
Ano?
2000,
Wow!
5 years old
Wow!
pa lang. 5 years old pa lang kayo, nagtatrabaho na tayo sa BPO.
Correct.
Thank you po.
Nakakaloka.
Ay, what?
So you started 2005, Donji. Anong company yan? Eastwood yan,
Global
ano?
Stride, Eastwood, sa IBM
Eastwood,
Plaza.
yes. Yes, oo.
Oh.
Yes.
As in, Eastwood ang pinaka-sentro ng mga call centers before, tama?
Yes. So,
Okay.
pero prior to that, guys, nag-apply ako sa 17 companies before I landed to Global Stride.
17 is...
Like 17 companies yung in-applyan ko. You know how it was
17,
before,
okay.
right?
Oh my God, talaga?
Yes, mag-print ka
Nice.
ng 10 resume, tapos
Correct, oo.
mag-walk-in ka talaga door to door.
True, oo. Kasi ngayon, iba na, hindi mga recruitment, puro virtual na lang ang recruitment, hindi
Oo.
ba? Unfair.
Yes. I know, right? Di ba mag-ano ka pa, mauumay ka talaga sa kariman talaga. Kapag,
Correct. Tsaka sa tawag doon, yung giniling ng 7-Eleven.
yes!
Yung giniling parang dog food lang, dahil. Pero,
Oh my God, kasi nasisig.
correct. Nasisigaw na. Nakakaloka. And, thank you, Donji, again, like what we said, no, thank you for gracing us with your presence today. I know you're busy. Your role now, correct me if I'm wrong, you are fulfilling the role of the operations manager in InTouch, correct? And how did your career grow in a span of 20 years?
Well, to be honest, I started my career, career, sa Viva Max talaga, na joke lang. Ano talaga, naging agent, laking sales ako, J&K.
Ooh.
Like, my mother account, like first ever account was Dish Network. So, it was a hardcore selling. It's
DirecTV
it's
here.
well, actually, nagkaroon ako ng program na kapag ayaw ng Dish Network, o-offer mo ng DirecTV. Tatawag ka ng ulit. But anyway, it took me 2 years bago ako nag-start sa supervisory position. So, it was way back 2007. Medyo tumambay ako sa TL role. And then there were some... Siguro naging na lang, I am so thankful of having mentors who believed in me na... Alam mo yon, kasi sa BPO naman, like in our industry, so long as you are magiging evident yung passion mo to learn and to adapt, siguro ayun din talaga yung nagpatibay sa atin sa industriya. In terms of my career growth sa InTouch CX, I must say that it was fast. I started here in 2018 actually. And fun fact, guys, returnee ako ng InTouch CX.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I resigned. Well, I worked there as a TL na external ng 2018, and then I resigned February of 2019, and
Okay,
then
and then you came back.
I came back in June 2019. So kaya inaasar ako na nag-maternity leave lang daw ako.
Kamusta naman ang experience? Charing.
Okay naman, malalaki
yan.
na yung mga bata.
Mga bata, balo isang anakan ano.
Walo. Binenta ko na yung iba kasi hindi na kaya ng ano. Charing. But anyway, um, so yon, I joined multiple accounts in InTouch. And I am so happy to be a part of the team where I am right now. I have great bosses, great mentors. They taught us how to become great leaders as well, and effective leaders.
Correct.
So, ayun. And then, ayun, last year, August, I know, not really last, August of 2023, ayun, I was blessed to be one of the new managers for operations. Yeah.
Nice. I love what you said that you've been lucky or blessed enough to have mentors in this industry, hindi ba? Because we have to accept the reality that not everyone would really have that opportunity to be blessed by having mentors, right? Sometimes, yung mga like mga individual contributors, even though they wanted to really get promoted, but no one was really mentoring them. And the reason why I said is because guys, magkaiba kasi ang trend for the past 5 or 8 years is that there are a lot of people who are getting promoted but not really equipped to be leaders. They just got promoted because they are good in NPS, they're good in their metrics, but in terms of their competency in their leadership competencies, they're not there yet because of, again, merong scarcity ng mentor sa industry, hindi ba, Don G?
That's true. And one more thing then, siguro dahil sa sobrang bilis ng pacing ng ibang
Mm,
programs that they don't have they don't have the time to immerse yung mga new leaders
mm.
nila and exposed to the leadership role right off the bat. Like parang, oh sige, congratulations, bukas TL ka na kasi may RAM tayo na ganyan. Pero
Yeah, I agree,
syempre,
agree.
yung
Mhm.
TL naman, oh my God, anong gagawin ko dito? So,
True, oo.
yeah.
Parang, yeah, I acknowledge that reality, most especially sa mga program na nagra-ramp na super fast talaga
Yes.
yung pacing nila, right? They had no choice but to really pick someone who has the knowledge na, right? But
Yes.
in terms
Yes.
of the competencies, yeah, that's something that they need to work on and
Mm-hmm.
to adapt
Mm-hmm.
as soon as possible, no?
Yeah,
Well, good
that's true.
stuff, Donji, no? And I think this episode is a perfect episode for you to guest in because our topic for today is we're gonna be breaking bow. Are we agreeing to the brutal misconceptions in the BPO industry? And this is according to OutsourceAccelerator.com. All right. Now, the first one is the Philippines doesn't have the infrastructure to support BPOs. Do you agree? Or should we break this myth na ang Pilipinas daw ay walang infrastructure or proper infrastructure to really support the demands of different clients in the BPO industry?
I beg to disagree there. Kasi to be honest, like looking at different campuses, different companies, I think that
Mhm.
they have they have infrastructure. Like meron pang ibang mga companies may pa coaster pa.
Yes,
'Di ba?
correct.
For their
Mm-mm.
employees convenience,
Mm.
the facilities inside their campuses are pretty much everything is
Mm.
there na, sleeping quarters. There are some companies as well that have daycare for single moms and all that. So
Mm.
in that matter, I think I have to disagree na wala tayong infrastructure sa
Mhm.
BPO to support the employees.
Support the employees. I agree with you. I've also, I think, worked for this company na talagang they prioritize employee engagement, they prioritize employee well-being, na meron silang daycare centers for single moms who also report to work, and I think one of the offices in BGC, I heard, I never worked for this company. No, I also heard that they have free food for the employees na talagang for free, ha, right? Uh, and I think one of the things that is also worth talking about here is for major cities like Metro Manila, Cebu, and Davao, they have world class office spaces, right? We have to give it to these cities like advanced telecommunications, and then also they're also getting the support from their local governments, right? However, there are also other call centers or BPO companies outside of these three major cities. Yeah. Do you think that the BPO infrastructures from these cities outside Metro Manila, Davao, and Cebu can really support the BPOs?
Well, maybe that's partly true that they do not have enough
Mhm,
to support BPO companies.
mhm,
Hence, having failed, ramps outside the bigger cities that you
mhm.
mentioned, 'di ba? Tendency that's ayun yung mga tinatawag nilang fly by night na kumbaga
Yes.
it's
Oo.
it's like a computer shop kind of set
Mm,
up na plug in plug and play lang sila
mm,
agents, like it's an 8-hour shift. After that, bahala na kayo sa buhay niyo, mag-tricycle ka pa uwi, mag-pedicab kayo pa uwi or whatnot. Right?
true.
So,
I agree.
siguro depende. Siguro, yeah, I will change my answer. Depende where the company is located. Right?
Mhm.
Siguro lucky tayo because we are somewhat in the, one of the major cities that, cater BPOs. That's why
Correct. Mm,
um 80% I disagree dun sa part na yan.
misconception na
And then,
yan. Oo.
yeah, sa 20% I agree with you na there are some places or areas where mahirap i-support yung BPO.
Agree. I agree. Totally agree with you. No, it's a misconception, but it's not a general misconception. There's truth in that misconception, but generally speaking, the Philippines has really evolved so much since the Eastwood days pa lang up to this very day in terms of support infrastructures, right? I think one of the biggest development then, Don Gino, that I've noticed over the past decades or past couple of decades in terms of infrastructures is that it's more advanced now that it can really support different types of data storage, data like we have bigger servers now that can really support different types and multiple niches in the of the clients, right? It could be you call it, it could be a voice account that we have servers for that. We also have it can also support servers for data mining and encoding and different types of back office tasks, hindi ba?
Yes, that's right. Especially
Mm-hmm.
nung pandemic, talagang diyan na-evolve lahat yung technology ng BPO. Imagine supporting
Mm-hmm.
thousands of people that they allowed working from home.
True, true.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about internet though, because internet connection is also part of the infrastructure
Mm-hmm.
of BPO employees, hindi ba? Now let's talk about that for a bit here. Ano ang do you think there's already an advancement in the internet connectivity?
Well, I think that's still one of the problems that we have with the people or our team members who are working from home. Medyo in fairness, nag-improve na. There is improvement in terms
Mhm.
of the speed and stuff. Uh, pero problem pa rin siya. I must say na hindi pa rin ganun talaga ka stable yung in terms of the how strong our internet connection is here in the Philippines in general,
Mm,
right?
correct. I agree with that. Kasi I remember din, I remember siguro 2013 ata, or 2012 or 2016, I forgot now. 2012 siguro, 2013. Between 2013 and 2016 siguro. Parang I was on this call. I was managing a healthcare program back then and
Mm-hmm.
nawalan na kami ng internet. Ano. I was on this call with different IT people. No? They're trying to figure out what's wrong with the internet. So, ang aming initial provider is PLDT, and then
Mm-hmm.
we were also using as our backup CC Converge, and we also have a tertiary backup, and all of those are actually failing. The three of those connectivity, and I think up to this very day, it's still true, no?
Yeah. Pero
Mm-hmm.
what's good about right now, yung mga business lines nila
Mm-hmm.
really is stronger than before. Kasi like I have to yung sa sinabi mo na uh, nawala ng si PLDT that they have
Mm-hmm.
to get a backup and all. Ngayon kasi seamless na yung transition nila. And right now kasi
Actually,
parang meron na silang mga maintenance na na, hey, ititegi muna namin si PLDT, isi-switch muna namin kayo sa Globe, ganyan.
Yeah, yeah.
Pero unlike before na talagang they have to like go offline eh. Ngayon, seamless na yung transition.
Agree. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-mm.
Tama, tama. Naalala ko yun.
Mm.
Guys, for 5 minutes, wala munang mag-ano. Please expect na walang
'Di ba?
connectivity. Oo. Abutan ko rin yun.
Nangyayari
Yeah, I
Kasi
talaga
ng
remember.
mga
prod.
agents.
Nangyayari talaga yun sa prod kasi never ko siya na-experience. Siguro advanced na talaga yung technology. Ay,
Wow! Naramdaman ko kung ano tayo katanda, Jay.
Ang tanda ko na daw sa ano. Kaya malis ka nga sa lugar sa ano na to, sa room na to. Charot. Correct, correct,
but
correct.
I can definitely relate naman to everything that Donji has said to us, no?
All right, and let's move on to the second big misconception about the BPO industry is that outsourcing to the Philippines daw, di umano, is only about cost savings.
John, I disagree. Well,
Talaga.
partly yes, totoo, because we are cost efficient talaga.
Mhm.
Pero I think one of the selling point that we have is yes, we are cost efficient, but in terms of the quality that we are getting, Filipino service is worldwide talaga. It's a worldwide class.
Correct. I agree with you on that 100%. Um, the reason why the Philippines has become one of the BPO top BPO centers in the world is because we have cheaper labor,
Yes.
right? But we but that's not the only reason why we become the BPO center, one of the BPO centers in the world, right? But also it's also because of the unmatched talents that we have here in the Philippines. Number one. Number two is we speak better English than anyone else, any other countries in Asia, right? And number three is that we are really resilient, right? May bumagyo, bumaha, papasok po kami, sir. Tama, Donji. Oh, yan, oh, on-set yan, oh. Correct. And I think one of the reasons why this has to be talked about is because um we there are so many people right now who are really undervaluing the BPO jobs, believing that this job or the misconception often reduce the BPO employees to just be script readers or robots lang ang mga BPO workers, or ignoring the skill set and effort and emotional intelligence needed to excel in this in the role, hindi ba? And there's truth in that part na mas mura nga ang labor sa Pilipinas, but that's not just the only reason. And if that's the only reason, mas mura po ang India sa amin, Day. Tama, mali.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes, mas mura po. At ang
Correct.
Nicaragua. Nicaragua has call centers there already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nicaragua, and there's a country in South Africa. I forgot. Oh, I forgot. Anyway, but there's also na super
Guatemala.
mura. No, no, no. Nigeria.
Oh,
Yes, yes, yes.
Sobrang cheap ng labor sa
Mm-mm.
cheaper than us, no? But then again, they still choose the Philippines, right?
Yep, that's right.
correct.
Yun.
Iba kasi ang drive ng Philippines, no? Apart from us being more into hospitality, maraming kakaibang inspiring na stories about a BPO worker na nagda-drive sa kanila. That's why we have this very huge amount of resilience in us. Madalas dyan, kada station, merong breadwinner. Tsak na
Oh,
sigurado
yes.
yan, di ba?
Oo.
And iba na kapag breadwinner, lahat gagawin mo. Ako nga, umabot ako dito sa point na to just because I know that this job would help me provide food on the table. Di ba?
Correct.
Yeah. Agree.
What skills, Donji and Kano, based on your experience, what are the skills that the Filipinos have really proven that we're the top notch employees for that specific skill set?
Well, for me, aside from us being, yung pagiging hospitable natin, pagiging empathetic natin, Filipinos are great imitators talaga. I
Yes,
must say that
oo.
I think that's one of the top strengths that we have. Kasi kahit saang geo tayo ilagay na program, just give us a week or two. We talk like Australian. We talk like American. That's what I really love about yung manpower natin. Like just like right now, I don't know, Jay. I'm sure that you would agree. Before, the training lasts for like a month or two.
Yeah.
Ngayon,
Mm-mm.
parang a week or two na lang. Like it's a compressed training curriculum, pero it's still yung caliber pa rin that we are um, putting on the table to our
Correct.
clients are high talaga. Wow,
I
bias ba
Ganun
ako?
pala dati.
That's yes, it's a month or two,
Baka dati
mami.
naman to eh. Yeah, totoo yan. Totoo. Totoo yun, okay. Personal experience, I think second account ko yon sa Converges, no. We were trained for two AT&T at AT&T. As I started with Sprint and then moved to
Oh my God.
AT&T. Yeah, I think the training lasted for 2 months. I think yung nesting was for 2 weeks yata or 3 weeks, something like that. So almost
Mhm.
a little over 2 months on training, right? Yun.
Yung
And
iba
Okay.
right
nga regular,
now,
yung iba nga
uh,
regular na nasa training pa rin. Sorry.
Ay, talaga. Iba na pala yun. VIP na pala yun.
yung iba nga naka-annual appraisal na, nasa training pa rin
Ako,
din. Pero okay, since I know you're still a baby in this industry, ano, how long yung mga trainings na na-experience mo in your job right now?
Well, actually, nakaka-relate pa rin naman na ako, no? Kasi, yung first ever BPO job ko talaga na on-site, it actually lasted for a month long of training. Pero
mm,
Mm.
kasi nung nag-venture na ako into freelancing, BPO pa rin naman yung setup. Kaya lang, bakla, 1.5 day, sumabak na agad ng calls.
Yun yung sabi ni Donji na
Oo.
kaya nila, kaya natin, hindi
Na-shock
ba?
ako.
mm,
But, you know what? Natuwa ko sa sarili ko at naging proud ako kasi I didn't know that I can. But
mm.
Mm.
siguro nagma-matter dito yung extensivity, if that's even a word, or
Mhm.
siguro yung density ng module because of a certain account. So I think
Yes.
yung account talaga
Mm.
nagma-matter kasi kung ganun siya ka-complex, then 1 week alone is not enough, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
Kaya
Agree.
ayun. But it's a wonderful experience, no? Kasi you get to challenge yourself na, okay, very short span lang yung training. So, dapat after nito, kaya ko na, I can go alone with less supervision. 'Di ba?
Yes.
All right. Moving on to the next misconception. They say, according to outsourceaccelerator.com, work in the BPO is very toxic. Employees do not have work-life balance, especially with night shifts.
Ako kasi to sa totoo lang like toxicity is just in the mind eh. I mean, just
Mhm.
for me, like in my personal opinion,
Mhm.
toxicity is just in the mind eh. Like, again,
Really.
sabi nga nila, it depends, yung situation, whatever bad or good situation it is, bad situation can be good depending on how you will take it, on how you are going to interpret it, di ba?
Mhm.
Sa night shift, siguro kaya siya nagiging sinasabi nila na walang work-life balance is because you wake up at 6 o'clock preparing going to work, especially kapag on-site ka. And then, leaving the office at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Una-una sa lahat, pag uwi mo, hindi ka dapat matulog kagad kasi magigising ka ng alauna ng hapon, may
Correct.
hirapan ka na ulit makatulog, right? So,
Totoo, totoo.
siguro depende on how you are going to really manage your time and sa lifestyle mo rin. Balik tayo dun sa sinabi si Kay na may mga breadwinners na ganyan na
Mhm.
pagdating sa office, kayod, work, pagdating sa bahay, mag-aalaga ng bata or
Totoo.
may
Mhm.
gagawin pa or whatnot, ending magkukulangin na sa tulog. Ako, to be honest, every time that I am being asked kung toxic ba sa BPO and all, I always say no because sa experience ko, because of the people that I am working with and I worked
Mhm.
before, siguro never ako naka-experience ng toxicity um, from the management, toxicity from my colleagues. Pero I don't want to discount the fact that there are people who are experiencing that from their
Correct.
management.
Alright, that's I love that, and you've Shana all, no? Shana all. Tox- Toxicity is just in the mind. Yes, it's. I don't want to call it just in the mind. So it's on how you process the what's happening around you. You know, it could be a toxic environment, but do you take it as a toxic environment because on how you view situations? But but if you do not view the situation as toxic, then you're good. But if you view every situation as toxic, you may want to question yourself, hindi ba? Ano ba ang mga what are the things or activities that BPO companies right now in the Philippines are doing na to at least to help out the employees, the BPO workers with regard to their concerns in their mental health
Mhm.
or their wellness or sorry their well-being.
Well, ako, what I really love in Touch
Mhm.
CX. Wow, nagpa-plug. No, I'm
Go.
sure meron din ito sa ibang company, I guess. Pero
Mm-mm.
we do have what we call Mind Nation. Like it's a Monday
Mm.
Mind Nation
I love
where
that.
all employees can enroll. Meron siyang meditation and all that. Especially sa mga uh, well, this has actually started during the pandemic since everyone was working from home na
Mm-mm.
yung iba nagkakaroon ng anxiety attack na nagkakaroon ng separation anxiety because alam
Mm-mm.
mo yon mag-isa lang compared before. So here comes Mind Nation, nagkakaroon ng meditation, nagkakaroon ng talk
Nice.
about mental health and stuff like that. And until now, it's still happening.
No? Mhm.
Compared before sa mga company before na kapag medyo umaarte ka na may mental chemical, tumigil ka nga dyan, di ba, mga ganun,
Itulog mo lang
reduce
Walang
yan dyan.
anxiety,
tabu.
di ba?
Correct.
Napapransya ka lang dyan, girl, bukas okay ka na, parang ganun.
Correct.
Pero ngayon kasi it's being addressed. Siguro that's what
Yes.
yun yung talagang one of the yung mga yung evolution nung industry natin is
Mm.
we address yung mga mental issues like any kind of mental issues.
Agree. I remember before during Eastwood days ng mga call centers and all, it's really not a thing. Yung mental health support is really
Yes.
not was really not a thing, right? You can experience different struggles mentally or physically or emotionally from the people around you, even from your boss, and you are expected to be okay the following day and blah 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 without really regarding on your mental
Yeah.
well-being. And I love what InTouch is doing right now. It's really an additional benefit to all employees that can really join that mindful meditation or that what do you call it in mind what's that
Mind Nation, they call it
Mind
Mind Nation.
Nation, correct.
Yes.
Mind Nation, which is also related to what Kay and I were talking about earlier. Yung one of the questions of Kay kanina is how do you keep yourself healthy? And I said to Kay that part of the things that I do to keep my to keep myself physically healthy is to take care of my mental health because it has somehow
Yes.
a connection to your physical health, hindi ba?
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Totoo. And I agree din na kapag medyo palyado yung mental health mo, nagre-reflect siya sa physical
It
health
trickles
mo
down
na
talaga.
din niya. It triggers,
Correct.
yeah.
Correct. I also have an experience working for this company. Not just for hindi lang siya hindi lang siya, they're not just providing support for mental health. Um, because number one, parang they also included therapy with a
Mm,
Mm.
psychiatrist in the HMO nila. So they are
yeah.
covering it na. And second, they also build in-house gyms na rin. So they're actually
Yes.
supporting mental health and physical health at the same time for as the benefits of the employees, hindi ba?
May pa-Zumba pa.
Zoom, correct, oo. Zoom.
Akala ko mga senior lang yun.
Yummy pa Zumba, oo, tama-tama yung Zumba sa 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 multipurpose hall na ng
Talaga?
all-purpose, ano 'to, mo multipurpose hall ng company. I agree with you. And meron din sila mga may pa-fun run din. Have you experienced that, Don, yung
Yes,
mga fun run?
yes, yes. May pa-fun run, may
Ay,
pa-tree
taray.
planting, may pa-ganyan, may
Ay,
gano'n.
wow.
Correct.
Yeah.
May
Hindi ko
gano'n pa. And then
na-experience yun.
Talaga. Adi tomorrow magtanim ka ng puno. Kabakuran din. Yep. Moving on to the next brutal misconception in the BPO industry, according to OutsourceAccelerator.com, job security in the BPO industry is an issue.
Well, unang-una, as I mentioned, 20 years na tayo sa industry. So, I don't think that security is really an issue. Siguro, kaya lang nasasabi na job security is an issue sa industry natin is because there are really employees who are being hired that do not fit to the skill set that
Agree.
a certain program is looking for.
Mm.
And in terms of that, ako, based on experience with my colleagues, na parang, yes, hindi sila nagfi-fit sa program na to. Pero if you are in a good company, they are not going to fire you, but they are going to rehome you to a program that will fit your skill set.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
True yan. And I think one of the thing, one of the reason why this is a misconception right now is because I think for the past 3 4 years, there are a lot of BPO programs in the BPO companies for the past 4 years na the downsize, nagsa-sunset.
Yeah. And if you're
Most,
going to dig deep,
go.
speaking of programs na nagsa-sunset, it's not because of how the service how the service is. It's because of like certain employees who are doing such, kaya
Mhm.
siya
Like
nawawala.
what? Ano yung
Like
such na
fraud,
yan? Correct.
right?
Agree. Mm-mm.
Kasi the only time lang naman that a certain program will definitely sunset or pull out 100% is
Mm-mm.
if yun yung nakasad na parang isa, dalawang tao lang yung gumawa and then thousands of people
Nadadamay ang
will lose
lahat,
their
ano?
job.
Mm-mm.
'Di ba? So, alam niyo yun, ayun din, yun yung nakakalungkot na part na talagang yes, it's happening na may mga nagsa-sunset, may
Mm-mm.
nangyayaring nagda-downsize because
Mm-mm.
at the end of the day, if we're going to look at it in a business perspective, it's because of the service, because of the quality that
Mm-mm.
each individual is actually giving to that program.
Yeah, totoo yan, totoo yan. Sobrang totoo yan because I know someone from a different company. I would not name that company anymore because he was the operations head for that lead generation program. That their client is taga India, no? And what they do is they scour the internet, the LinkedIn and other professional social media platforms to get emails and phone numbers, and they would call that person to set up a meeting yata parang ganun, no? So, basta lead generation siya and commission based siya, meaning to say for every productive lead that an agent would be able to produce, they would get a certain amount of money, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they would be able to verify that it's a productive lead is through recording, right? If na-record doon na si lead ay umagree sa whatever, right? So they will get a certain amount of money. So si
Mm-hmm.
TL, isang TL, what this TL does is kinukuha niya yung mga leads and then yung recording ay minamatch niya dun sa mga leads. And this recording is a generic
Mm,
recording, right?
okay.
So, meron siyang generic recording na nag-agree yung whoever that person is, and then nilalagay niya sa lead 1, lead 2, lead 3. And that
Mm-hmm.
went on I think, for a few months until the client discovered that. Right, and then
Mm,
nagkaroon ng it's a whole fiasco in that program until the client decided na no, I will pull out my account from you. It's a
mm-hmm.
breach of trust. And even though isang tao lang yung gumawa nun, like
Oo.
hundreds of people lost their job on that same day na discover ni client. And yun, yung friend ko, naging unemployed. Charot. So, ganun siya. Tapos totoo yan. Right? So, yung misconception na ito in terms of job security, um, not because of how the BPO industry was built, but because of the behaviors of the people in it. And I think
That's right.
this is not just isolated in the BPO industry. This kind of issue, job security issue, is actually relevant across all industries in the workforce, hindi ba?
Mhm. Mhm. Totoo.
Mm. For example, I work at Jollibee, for example, no, I work at Bench. This is a true story. No, I work at Bench, right? If I work at Bench, there's also job insecurity there because even though I got hired there, hanggang 6 months lang ako, endo yun eh. Like, it's a normal workforce process in the Philippines. Mag-endo ako.
Yeah,
Or
contractual.
correct, right? Or if I work at Jollibee and kumakain, for example, I did something there, kumain ako ng hamburger sa kitchen, right? I will get terminated. So there's also a job insecurity not because of how we're set up, but because of the people working in the industry. Ba't ba ako
Mhm.
galit?
That's true.
Ang lalim ng
Diba?
pinaghuhugutan.
Kaya nga, naloloka.
Kasi, ano ba yung kinain mong burger? May cheese ba yun?
Moving on to the next misconception about the BPO industry, according to OutsourceAccelerator.com, BPO jobs are low quality and have high turnover rates.
um, Low quality, I disagree.
Mhm.
And high turnover rates, somewhat, I agree.
Really?
So low quality, I think we have discussed this already in terms
Mhm.
of the Filipinos' caliber in providing service in this industry. No questions asked talaga dyan. Talagang high quality, world-class quality. Yan yung binibigay natin. Hence, a lot of business, owners decide to like invest here in the Philippines. Pero in terms of high turnovers, I must say na not because of the quality that we have, but because of the tight competition we have here.
Yes, agree.
'Di ba? Kasi parang ayun naman na yung parang naka-mindset right now. So sad to
Mhm.
say na there are some employees that feel like, you know what, kung alisin nila ako dito, that's fine. I can get another job on the next day, the same day, and stuff.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
I want to pick on your brain a little further, Don Gino. So you mentioned na the competition is tough right now in terms of
Mm,
finding the talent pool of the BPO industry right now, right? Is it because we've already saturated the talent and we are not developing enough talents anymore?
that's a good question. Well, that's a very good question. And that question should be answered with a very good one. So,
Haba ng filler,
um,
Jai. 2 sentences. Okay, go, go, go.
actually, that's a good point, no? Like,
Mm-mm.
is it because we are not creating talents anymore? It's not that.
Mm-mm.
Siguro, ako, I must say that there are a lot of activities, there are a lot of ways to create good talents. Eh. It's just that
Mm-mm.
I just want to go back to um, what I said earlier. Siguro nagiging complacent na lang din kasi yung mga employees na kung maalis man ako or aalis na lang ako kasi
Mm-mm.
makakuha naman ako ng trabaho anytime. Kasi BPO companies like is everywhere. Each floor,
True.
bawat building may BPO dyan. 'Di
Correct.
ba? Mapamaliit yan, mapamalaki yan. So,
Mm-mm.
um, siguro, in terms of creating talents, there are ways to create good talents, good,
Mm-mm.
good products. It's just that hindi lahat kasi tini-take advantage yung mga activities na yun, yung mga benefits na yun that
Mm.
they can get from the company because they know for a fact that if ayaw na nila, naka-mindset sila na ayoko na, I'll just leave here. Mag-aawol na lang ako
Diba?
and I'll just
Or
get another job.
I agree. Parang mahirap naman yan. Ayoko na nga. Kahit na mahirap, there are training activities or developmental plans for
Yes.
you. But since nahirapan ka na and you just want to do a mediocre type of effort, ay
Mhm.
move on na lang ako sa ibang company. Hiring naman sila.
Correct.
Mataas pa yung basic, right? Mga ganon.
Yes, yes.
Tama. Okay. So there's really truth in terms of the competition is the reason why the competition is tough is because fewer na lang talaga yung mga BPO workers or wannabes that are really serious in terms of joining us versus
Mhm.
dun sa mga taong ng aspirants na they just wanted to the easy route, hindi ba? Kasi
Yes,
naalala ko
yes.
before, as in talagang, I'm not sure if you experience this, ano, parang training pa lang, as in bawal talaga umabsent, right?
Mm.
Parang CCT training pa lang, that's 1 week of culture training, ano, as in talagang zero dapat ang absent mo. Otherwise, hindi ka naman
Pegi ka na.
tatanggalin ano. Yeah, yeah, wala naman walang ganong declaration before sa na-experience ko na tategi ka, but they just said na okay bawal umabsent kasi nga this training is for you blah 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 blah. Blah. Ako
Mm.
ang inisip ko noon is oo nga kailangan ko yan so kailangan akong nandun lagi. Yung ganong yung mindset na ganon. But ang mga mindset ngayon ng mga tao is that kung tinamad ako or kung magkasakit ako so I just absent na lang ako. Yun na yung mindset ngayon. So our top three naman, brutal misconception in the BPO industry according to sourceaccelerator.com, a lot of the BPO employees did not finish college.
Well, actually, there's a truth on that. Well, siguro mga 90% is true. That's
Mhm,
what I really love about this industry is yung
mhm,
pagiging accepting niya to those people who do not have the means to finish college, right? Pero it does not limit there kasi we have
mhm.
employees who have like who are degree holders. 'Di ba? Meron
Correct.
tayong mga
Mhm,
naging employees na they finished medicine, they finished
mhm,
law. Alam mo 'yon,
mhm.
I guess that's what's good about our industry is yung pagiging diverse natin.
Yes.
Correct.
Pagiging inclusive natin
Mhm,
to anyone who would like to be a part of our industry. But yeah, there's a truth na even myself, I did not finish college,
mhm.
right? But I am a proud, I'm a proud person na nag-grow sa industry natin despite the educational attainment that I have attained. Yes.
Correct.
Sorry.
Yes.
So if that's the case, do we really need a college degree to work sa BPO industry?
Well, siguro kaya maganda yung industry natin, sobrang welcoming is because we are more focusing initially as an entry level sa soft
Mhm,
skill nung tao na nag-a-apply.
mhm,
Like how he or she presents him or herself, how she
mhm,
speaks in front of everyone, how she converse or he
mhm,
converse. Dun tayo nagbe-base
mhm,
sa
mhm,
personality, sa behavior, sa soft skill
mhm.
nung agent natin. Kasi we are confident that we have proper training that they will undergo in
Correct.
order for them to be in that skill level that we are looking
Mhm.
for.
Agree with what you said, no. Most especially for the entry level. Unlike kasi I think this misconception according to
Mm.
outsourceaccelerator.com is that we are being compared to other industries that are mga college, mga degree holder yung industry ng ito, most especially the healthcare
Mhm.
industry or the banking industry, where in fact they really need a college degree because
Yes.
right,
Oo
mag-oopera
naman.
sila ng tao eh, hindi ba? They will
Yeah.
be, prescribing medicines and you need a college degree for that. Whereas with the BPO industry, we need a different skill set. Hindi kami
Yes.
Mm.
mag-prescribe ng gamot, hindi kami mag-oopera ng tao, right? And those are two different fruits to compare.
To compare, yes. Pero there are programs that really require a degree, especially sa healthcare. Kailangan at least RN ka or you finished
Mm,
nursing and stuff
mm.
like that.
Anong
So,
account ka?
Mm.
Healthcare ka?
healthcare, yes. Oo.
Mm,
So, ayun. Pero overall, yeah, if 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 yun yung iniisip nila, yes, there's a truth on that. And that's why everybody loves this industry because of it being inclusive with
mm.
whoever wants to join the industry.
Ano na ba ang ano
Napakaganda.
ngayon? Ano na ba ang, minimum, educational attainment ngayon para makapasok
Ngayon,
as
senior
entry level?
high. Senior high.
Senior high is equivalent to what in college ba?
I
Before
think
the
second year college.
second year at least second year college or
Oo.
senior high.
Oo.
Graduate, no? Or what? Senior high school
Ewan ko, di ko
graduate
na kasi
or
naabutan yung K-12. Alam mo, sa old curriculum tayo.
Uy,
Oo nga
magkaedad
po.
tayo dyan. Hindi ako
Mm.
naabutan ng
Mm.
Ay,
K-12.
di ka ba naabutan?
Hindi kasi
Hindi,
ako nung
nakaligtas ako.
nag-senior high kasi ako ano eh. Charot.
Wow!
Huwag
Charot.
kami.
Pero
And
ano,
our
Ting?
top I'm sorry, what?
No, pero I
Yes.
think,
Hindi,
yeah.
yun lang
Go, go,
kasi
go.
Uh,
napakagandang topic lang kasi siya to share, no? And I
mm,
want to debunk this, especially that this is a really interesting topic kasi little did everyone know na hindi nag-work sa BPO industry. Hindi lang naman doon nagtatapos yung linyang yun na a lot of BPO
Mm.
employees did not finish college. Yes, there's a truth in that, like what Donji has mentioned nga. However, the reason why the BPO employees love to be in this type of industry is because not only it offers a career advancement, but it also offers a continuous learning. And hindi nyo
Yes.
alam yung mga yan, pumapasok yan, oo, bayaning puyat yan. Pero they're getting professional certifications while working, no?
Yes.
Kasi some have
mm,
budget, to support the BPO employees to finish their, studies, kung ano
Uy,
man yan,
totoo
di
yan.
ba?
Mm.
Mm-mm.
May mga companies talaga na nagpo-provide ng scholarship sa
yeah.
mga schools. 'Di ba?
Mm-mm.
They do not parang stop employees to achieve or to get their degree. They support it. In fact, a lot of companies accept working students as well. At
Yeah.
Mm,
companies ang nag-a-adjust sa schedule nila
oo,
para at
oo.
least matapos pa rin. So, yeah.
All right. And moving on to our top two brutal misconceptions in the BPO industry, according to OutsourceAccelerator.com. The job is so easy. Why do they get paid a lot?
May dalat?
Nasaan?
Bakit ba? Nakapikit ba ako? Hindi ko lang makita.
Well,
Pero
go.
I think I mentioned this to you, Don Gino. Si Kuya Rene Boy, I think you're friends with him, ano. Um,
Mm.
parang gines namin siya, I think a couple of weeks ago, and he said in one of his messages na the reason why he got attracted to apply and to enter the BPO world is because of the salary is mas mataas nga sa BPO world.
Well, I was saying na mataas talaga. Like, we are above minimum. Lalo na sa
Mm,
mga entry level, right?
mm,
Compared to other industry, like sa food industry or elsewhere. I don't know kung saan pa. Pero I know that the offer, the wage that we are providing is quite competitive sa 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 industry, to any industry. So, pero in terms of like super super high, I don't think so though. Yes,
mm.
it's above minimum, pero siguro kung 2005, 2006 to, yes, mataas talaga ang offer ni banker because of,
Oo.
'di ba? Because of the cost of living before. Pero
Mm,
ngayon kasi it's different na eh. Pero
true,
pero I
true.
beg to disagree na madali yung trabaho. Right?
Mm,
There
correct.
are times where we feel underpaid because of the pressure that we are experiencing every day.
Mm,
Siguro, part na rin ng misconception is we are an 8-hour sitting job na nakaupo lang, nagbabasa ng script. There is
mhm,
no truth on that. Kasi whatever account that you will be a part of, alam mo yun, ma-enhance talaga yung critical thinking mo, yung
mhm,
decision making mo, yung, alam mo yun. So, it's not an easy job. And I can
mm,
say na with the packages that we are giving right now, to be honest, with the pressure, with the mental health issues that we sometimes experience, sometimes the sweldo is not enough anymore. 'Di ba? Na, I
agree.
mean, yeah. So, yeah.
Totoo, and the sweldo is not enough anymore because of all the risk and all the struggles that come along with that sweldo, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember yung una kong BPO pinasukan, I was paid 11,000 per month. Ikaw doon, Jimmy, magkano
Hoy, yun
sweldo
din
mo?
yung unang sweldo ko. Yun din yung
Talaga,
unang
11.
sweldo ko. Oo.
Paano napagkasya natin yun?
At
Oo nga,
Starbucks pa ako everyday nun, ha?
Nakakaloka.
Totoo, I
Napagkasya mo
swear.
pa.
Oo. Tapos nakakapag-C2 pa ako nun, tsaka isang kahan ng something everyday.
Akala ko yung
So,
ano ba yun, coffee ko ba yun? Yung parang bottled coffee na
Yung
talagang
7,
dilag sa
oo,
buong
grabe yun.
shift
Gising ka
mo.
talaga.
Correct.
May nginig factor yung bottled coffee na yun.
True.
Pero ako nag-start ako hindi man sa BPO company, pero kasi before, syempre I am still living my culinarian dreams noon. So when I work in a
Wow.
kitchen, first salary ko talaga nung nag-start as an assistant cook was 9,000 a month. So
Really.
that got me thinking na maganda pala talaga sa BPO kasi yung starting nila talagang well, during my time,
How much yung naabutan mo yun?
ang
Parang
naabutan ko ng
15,000
offer na
siguro.
mababa is siguro 22, pero to think
Ah,
parang mataas na nga yan eh. For me
oo nga.
kasi
Na
imagine
yun,
from
oo,
my
no?
salary before sa kitchen, ganun ako nag-start. Although syempre, over the years naman, nagkaroon ng salary increase. However,
Mm.
comparing my starting salary sa old profession ko to the BPO experience na talagang iba, sabi ko, ay wow, starting pa
Ang
lang to,
laking
entry
jump.
level to, sabi kong
Ang
ganun.
laki ng jump.
Oo, oo, parang ang ganda lang ng experience kasi nakukumpara mo eh. And
Mm.
hindi naman natin mapagkakaila, lahat naman tayo gusto ng pera, 'di
Oh,
ba?
yes.
Siyempre naman 'no, may pang skincare ka na, bukod sa may pang support ka pa sa family mo, o 'di ba? Dati kasi Eskinol, ngayon naka-pants ka na.
Nakaano pa, Celetec ba yun? Yung mamahalin?
Oh, naka-sensitive ka na. I know, yung mga ganong bagay na those little things na hindi natin masyado napagtutuunan ng pansin pero napakalaking bagay, alam mo yun?
Yes.
Kaya marami talaga no wonder na nagta-transition sa BPO. And that's why I also can relate din naman sa sinabi ni Kuya Rene Boy noon, no? Ano ba 'tong mga nasa pakape-kape lang sila, oh. Gusto ko ng ganyang buhay, oh, 'di ba? Nasobrahan nga lang sa kape, yung nagpalpitate.
Kape-kape kasi yun pala, yung nakita niya yun, nasa lamay, day. Charot.
Kaya pala may baraha.
Correct. Mga call center siguro to. Charot. Ano lang. But yeah, so yung last question ko about this misconception, about this misconception is, anong part ng BPO industry ang hindi tayo binabayaran a lot?
Ayokong bitawan, baka maraming matrigger.
Ano yan?
Hindi kasi, feeling ko hazard pay.
Wow.
Yun yung wala. I don't know if some has that. Alam ko before may isang company na meron dun eh. Kasi di ba we are working graveyard eh. Especially to those working on site, di ba? Like somewhat they're putting their lives at risk, traveling late night and all like, Pero I'm not sure if that's something na we should like look into or whatnot. Pero baka marami mag-request sa company nila pag napanood to.
Kasi po si Don G po sabi baka nag-demand nag-signature campaign, no?
Yung tinanong ka ng interviewer mo, why should we hire you? Tapos tinanong mo, do you have hazard pay?
Hazard pay.
Yeah, hazard pay. Yeah, I actually experienced working for this company, may hazard pay kami. It wasn't a lot, but it's something na you would really see, you would really feel that the company is, is making an effort naman, but I haven't not experienced that for a very long time, and that makes sense. Yeah, na hazard pay bukod sa night diff, ito tama ba ako?
No. Hazard pay is parang yun nga. Since gabi ka pumapasok, parang not all transportation mode is available for you. Na parang ganun yung peg niya. Na,
correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
It involves naman parang safety ng employees.
Safety,
ganun.
yes. That's right. Correct.
Okay.
Correct. If for example, may BPO company na nakikinig ngayon, how much should they give their employees etong hazard pay na ito?
Si Donji.
Baka maraming agent ko mangingi ng hazard pay bigla.
Maganda yun. Ano lang, idea lang naman, ano, parang bekeling naman, hindi ba? Oo. Magkano ba ang enough na hazard pay sa isang employee?
Uy!
Ako
Wait lang.
siguro, ano to,
Sige,
no,
kayo
mga,
na lang. Mag-agree na lang ako.
I think, hold on. Let's say, siguro mga 6,300 per month yun.
Talaga? May
Mm.
ganung company
Actually,
na.
isip ko mga 5K eh.
Ah,
Mga
I
ganun.
just
5.
calculate naman.
So
Kasi
parang
kung
that's like an
i-compare,
acceptable.
oo.
Kasi yung ano, I base it from what Donji said kanina, no? So it's still not my fault, guys. Charot. Yun what Donji said kanina na yung safety in terms of mode of transportation. So in short, I took away the public transportation fee out of the equation. So I just calculated lang naman yung private na na keme. Yun. So, guys, if you are going to ask your current company na bigyan kayo ng hazard pay, minimum is 6,300, ha? Charot. Otherwise, signature
Non-taxable.
campaign. Charot.
Napapalunok si Donji.
And moving on to our top brutal misconception in the BPO industry, according to OutsourceAccelerator.com, working in the BPO is a dead end job.
I disagree.
Mm-mm. Why do
Tulad
you
yung sinabi ni
disagree?
Kay kanina, ang daming mga training curriculums that each company prepared for all the employees, whether career growth siya, whether advancement siya, or whatnot.
Mm-mm.
It's not a dead-end job. Siguro nasasabi lang na dead-end job is because repetitive kasi yung ginagawa in a daily basis eh.
Mm-mm.
Like, pero, repetitive siya in a sense, pero yung type of calls or type of email or type of chats that they are getting is yun yung nagde-differ eh. Yun din yung nakakatulong sa atin na ma-enhance yung skill set natin in terms of decision making, in terms of whatever. 'Di ba? So I must say that it's not a dead end job. There are a lot of people who have grown in this industry. I don't want to brag too much, pero siguro naman I can
You
say that I
are.
have grown in this industry, and I know that I will still grow. And there are people that I am seeing growing in this industry. Alam mo yun, there's this one employee that we had. He started as a street vendor. Alam mo yun, and then nag-grow siya, naging part siya ng leadership team and all that. Meron din akong nakilala na he started as a housekeeper sa office. Like
Mhm.
yung,
Oo, nice.
yes, and then naging IT siya.
Mhm.
Naging workforce pala rather.
Mhm.
So, may mga success stories that we do not see, like, ng isang tingin lang. Pero, if
Mhm.
you're going to, like, get to know each and every one of the employees, they have different stories. They have different success stories, di ba? Yung mga director, mga, alam mo yun, up to VP, SVP level, that they started
Mhm.
very humble, and then look at them now.
Agree, oo, totoo 'yan. It's not a dead siguro yung when you said na repetitive task siya, yeah, it's, a lot of the BPO tasks are repetitive. But when you only eto kasi yung ano ko diyan, this is my take on the word repetitive, ano. So when a task becomes repetitive for you, it means that you are already becoming an expert. So
Yes,
when you
that's
are
right.
already correct, right? So when you are already an expert and you see this job as ang dali na nito eh, repetitive na to, araw kong ginagawa to. So, I can do this in my sleep eh. Then it means
Mm.
that you're an already an expert. So what's next for you? Right. And I think it's the job of the managers and even all the leaders in that program, the company, to provide developmental plans for these
Mhm.
experts, for them to. It could be a skill building program. It could be a professional development on how to become leaders one day, right? And on how to, and they can actually. It's the growth in the BPO is not a lateral growth, right? You can actually grow to different departments, right, and to different
Yes.
industries as well, right? You can be an agent now, but you can grow to the HR team, and from being an HR specialist or an HR team, right? You can actually support different companies, non BPO companies, right? That's as an
Mm-hmm.
example of growth that is currently happening in the BPO industry. Agent, you can become an HR, and once you become an HR, you can actually support different companies now from different industries, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
I from agent to IT, right? Or from being a
Mm-hmm.
housekeeper or a facility person to become a workforce, right? And become an IT and whatnot. So I don't think I strongly disagree with this misconception 100% without ano yan? Beyond reasonable doubt na
Yes.
ang BPO is a dead end job.
Yep.
Correct. And it's about time that we set the record straight, no? This is not the end of the line. There will always be a lot of open opportunities that are awaiting for you. Yun, it takes you to start and learn. Ang daming mga opportunities dyan, hindi lang trabaho. There's career advancement, continuous
Mm.
learning, continuous growth. And that alone will help you strive more in the future, whatever career path you are trying to take, di ba? So, hindi doon nagtatapos. And kung meron mang, yun nga, like what we have discussed kanina, is a lot of people in the BPO industry are not being able to finish their college years, 'di ba? Pero they're able to finish it within
Mm.
that company. So,
Mm.
it's not the end of the line. Marami pang pintong bubukas para sa'yo.
So my question, my last question for this misconception, for the both of you, Donji and Kay, what should one do para hindi nila ma-feel na the BPO is a dead end job? How will they grow? How
Siguro
should they grow?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Siguro do not limit themselves to what they are doing now.
Mhm.
They should be hungry for growth, right? Sabi nga ni Kay, there are a lot of opportunities. But if there's, kung walang nakabukas na pinto, try to open a window, create your own opportunity, right?
Um,
Be vocal. Na parang be vocal with your leader na this is what I want in the next 6 months or a year. So kaya nandiyan yung mga leaders natin right? Leaders forecast yung career path ng mga agents nila. Pero it
mm,
doesn't necessarily mean na kailangan ayun yung i-take nila. If they feel na yung timeline na binigay sa kanila ng TL nila is longer than what they want, that they want that to happen,
mm,
voice it out. Kaya nga nandun yung leaders natin
Mm,
to guide us. To guide us to become the person that we want to be in the next 6 months or a year.
love that.
correct.
Your ang what I love the most about you said is you reach or the employee reaching out or being proactive and being vocal in what they want to happen with their career. Because again, hindi man manghuhula yung mga manager nyo, no? So yeah, right? So although they also need to know, ano bang plano mo sa career mo? Do you have any plans of growing or moving your career, hindi ba? And, your managers, again, um, they owe it to you to build that career path for you, to pave that path for you.
Yeah. And tsaka just to share with you both, there's recent lang to na there's this one agent that I am really parang the path that I want him or her that I want him to take is to become a leader, to become a
Mhm,
TL. I've been like pushing him to be a TL. Pero ayaw
mhm.
pala niya yon. Pero
Mm.
naging honest siya na ayoko pong maging TL, gusto kong maging QA na
Oh.
Oh.
ganyan.
So before
So,
that conversation, you've been pushing him, you've been mentoring him how to become a TL, tama?
yes, that's right.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
That's good.
That's good. That's good to know na hindi it's not always what we want for the people, our people, right? It's also worth asking them, ano bang trip mo sa buhay? Sorry, Kay, we cut you off earlier. Correct.
No, 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 it's okay. And ang maganda kasi doon, for people or leaders like Don G talaga, if hindi niya pinush yung taong yun or yung agent na yun, baka hindi pa mag-open up yun. But because of Don G's proactivity, that agent learned how to be proactive and naging honest siya. That way,
Mm,
you can provide the better support that they actually need, right?
Mm.
So yun. Yun
Agree.
naman ang
I agree with that.
kagandahan doon, and hindi lahat ng leaders ay proactive.
We talked a lot of topics about the brutal misconceptions in the BPO industry according to outsourceaccelerator.com. Now it's time for us to state our final thoughts of this topic today. And I can begin. The reason why I would like this topic to be one of the episodes, and I would like also Donji to be with us in this episode, is because to all the BPO workers right now, um, we have we have been facing a lot of negativities for the past decade. We have been dehumanized in terms of how people see us, like we are just script readers, we are just like just operators, right? To all the BPO workers out there, your roles are vital. You're demanding and worthy of respect. So do not let misconceptions undermine the value of your hard work and dedication. So please have that as one of your mindsets. Keep growing, upskilling, and proving the industry's impact.
I love it. And ang takeaway ko naman dito is that the BPO industry is not just all about work, no? Ito yung patunay ng like what we have discussed nga, resilience, adaptability, and professionalism ng Filipino workforce na top-notch, di ba? And sa kabila ng challenges like pagiging puyat, demanding clients, companies, at mabilis na pagbabago sa global demands, nananatili pa rin tayong matatag at bukas sa mga possible upskilling, innovation, and diversity. So it's really a big help na naitutulong sa mga infrastructure at benefits para masiguro talaga na yung retention and sustainability ng industry ay nandiyan lang palagi. And ang future ng BPO sa Pilipinas, hindi lang siya tungkol sa ekonomiya ha, kundi pati rin sa pagbuo ng mas inclusive, like Donji mentioned, at globally competitive na workforce na patuloy na nagbibigay ng exceptional service. Diba?
Yes.
Yun.
Ako for me naman, ang takeaway ko, first sa ating mga bayaning puyat. Yes, we are hearing a lot of stereotypes, but let's not embrace it. We know that we are more than that. We know na we give 100% of ourselves working. Pero alam naman din natin that we know when to have fun. Siguro that's ayun yung difference natin sa iba, right? When we have fun, we party harder and we work hard, right? And despite those stereotypes, we are still here for a very very long time now. This industry has been contributing a lot to our economy, and at the same time, we are contributing a lot of talents worldwide. So be proud of yourselves. And then sa mga wala sa industry natin, go lang. It's okay for you to think otherwise. Basta kami, nandito lang kami working and contributing ng napakalalaking taxes sa sa BIR.
Totoo naman yan, ano? So, BIR bikini mo.
To those who are listening to us, we want to hear from you din naman. Na-liberate na ba kayo sa episode natin today? And we would love for you to drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Tag us din sa mga trending memes ninyo. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Agree, Yana Grande. Let's interact on our social media accounts. And for those who are exploring opportunities in the BPO industry, work from home or on-site, please join our Discord group because every Monday, we are posting exclusive job ads. And lastly, check our bio and join our growing community.
Yes, thank you so much. So if you haven't followed me yet, I am on TikTok. And on Facebook, just go to Donji TV, Bongee TV. So yeah, just follow me there, and thank you so much, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Kita-kits ulit. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
And that wraps up another episode of the BPO Break Room. Salamat sa pagsama sa amin today.
We hope you enjoyed the kwentuhan and learned something new. Don't forget, laugh, learn, and level up.
And follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok for exciting updates, tips, and more chikahan.
Give us a thumbs up and share this with your workmates. Baka ito na ang break time inspiration nila. Until next time, stay awesome, stay productive, and always take time to recharge. Kita-kits ulit dito sa The BPO Break Room.